This is Linux In-Laws, a podcast on free Libre open source software, broadcasting from the United Kingdom and Germany.
Welcome to Linux In-Laws, Season 2, Episode 56. Martin, how are things on this beautiful summer, winter, fall, I don't know,
day of the year, yes.
Exactly.
A day of the year. Yes, well, 6 years.
6 years. So in-laws is actually hitting school age.
Well, there's always nursery, right? Which is before 6. But
you cannot compare nursery to school.
Okay,
no?
so is this... there is finally some time for your education, I think?
No. The in-laws, as in the format, is hitting school age.
You're half of them, so...
Yeah, but I mean, that makes me, 3? As a matter of fact, I'm well past that age.
Yes. Well, only just, anyway. Right, so... Yeah, so 6 years.
So 6 years. That's a long time, no? I mean, other podcasts are dead by then. But we won't mention any names. No.
We won't?
No, we won't.
Oh. If you're listening, you know who you are.
Probably.
Anyway.
No, it's fair to say, this is what I picked up at a conference in 2025. People seem to be impressed by the fact that we release every 2 weeks. Come rain, hail, snow, shine, you name it, there's going to be an in-laws episode.
Yeah, well, we're not
on a Thursday every 2 weeks.
Luckily.
Exactly.
We have inside recording facilities. Indeed.
So we do keep recording and we do keep releasing.
We do, yes.
Never mind Trump, Thatcher for the time traveling episodes, or other governments.
Interestingly enough, have we ever recorded and not released? Uh-huh.
Not that I can recall.
No, indeed. Maybe we should do one. We were talking about having a reserve episode, but we never did that.
Okay, here's a monetization strategy.
Is there?
So people, the email address is feedback@linuxinlaws.eu. Mm-hmm. If you're so inclined to spend money on us, we may give you extra episodes that we do not release to the public.
Oh, I see.
Like a plus or premium model.
I'm not sure how successful these things are.
So you heard it first. There won't be a monetization of something called Linux In-Laws. So all of the forthcoming episodes will be free as usual.
Yes.
So
as they should be.
That was a 10-second discussion on the future of the podcast strategy, so to speak.
However, world domination is obviously still on the cards.
But how can you dominate the world without initial funding as money?
Well, you just... this
keep
is
talking. You say keep talking.
Yeah, well,
people will listen, I hope.
This is how it works with open source. You just do stuff. Nobody pays you for it, and then...
Just take a look at Linus Torvalds. That's precisely the point.
Yes.
He came up with that brilliant idea about, 30 years ago?
Well,
more
he
than
didn't
30 years
come
ago.
up with the idea, though. He just stole it, really, didn't he?
What do you mean, stole?
Well, there were already Linux-type operating systems out there. He just kind of modified it a little bit.
He wrote the kernel.
Yeah, I know. So, but the idea of an operating system wasn't new, was it? So
no.
He didn't come up with the idea of an operating system.
Also, the idea of an open source operating system wasn't new at the time. So why is Linux so important? Why is Linux... we know why Linux is important, but what did set Linux apart from the other attempts?
Other attempts of...
The BSDs of the world. And other open source operating systems, like Minix, probably being the best example. Minix, of course, is, not the best example. Minix is an education operating system. Details will be in the show notes. But why? Why has Linux been so important in terms of what did Linux bring to the table?
How did it grow so much?
Exactly. What did Linux bring to the table that other operating systems didn't?
Interesting question.
The email address is feedback@linuxinlaws.eu.
Yeah. We could do a panel, yeah.
Your wildest thoughts? Why? Timing, of course.
Timing, yes.
The Usenet post.
Adoption.
Maybe the war. The war.
Which one?
the operating system
Oh, okay.
kernel wars. War. There was only one.
Well, no, there were many wars, but yeah,
but only one prominent
not
one
involving guns and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, for these two listeners who do not know what we are talking about, the long and short of it was that there was an operating system called Minix. There still is, by the way, written by Andrew Tenenbaum and friends.
Ooh.
Said operating system, of course, being a microkernel.
Well.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Yes.
I have one of those
And
books.
we're talking about Andrew Tenenbaum now. We're not talking about Linus Torvalds, because as far as I know, he didn't write it. He hasn't written a book yet.
Did he not?
No.
Don't tell him. Yes.
Okay, long story short, Linus did not agree with the microkernel approach. So he wrote a kernel that is considered to be somewhat hybrid monolithic in terms of it's one code base, it's not decomposed into hardware instruction layer and all the rest of it, but he did introduce modules. So it's somewhat of a hybrid approach, so you can extend the kernel to some extent. So he wrote this in a Usenet article, and a certain Mr. Tenenbaum did disagree.
I'm not surprised.
As in, did not agree, and hence the wars on the Usenet about 30 plus years ago.
You may have to enlighten some of our younger listeners about Usenet.
Think of it like TikTok, Instagram, and other social media without the pictures, without the reels, and all the rest of them.
Smartphone, did it?
No, Martin, it didn't run on a smartphone because smartphones weren't invented then.
I see.
No, Usenet is still around, available at your local museum, perchance. Details within the show notes, of course, but no, I mean, Usenet is still around. I mean, you're talking about kind of late 80s, early 90s, maybe even before that. It was essentially a federated messaging system available at the time that used to be used to communicate for people. Split into different groups, and one of them was actually Comp OS Minix, where I think, if memory serves correct, Linus posted the initial post saying, sorry, Andrew, it's not my game. And here's the counterexample.
So it's like a predecessor to your GitHub pull request type scenario. Yeah.
I don't think I would consider the initial implementation of Linux to be a pull request for Minix, because the code base was completely different.
No, well, okay, let's call it an RFC then or something. Yeah.
Let's call it what it was at the time, a radical different idea.
A rant, okay.
No, a radical different idea, not a rant.
So it's not a rant.
Martin, coming back to original...
Yes, it's a rant. No, a randy, sorry.
Randy, exactly. So if you see this in about 2 months' time, like a trend on TikTok, what a randy is, you heard it first, people.
Yes.
A radical different idea, exactly, yes.
No,
we coined a new word. Exactly. No, going back to my original question, Martin, why has Linux been so important? In comparison to the other operating systems, I'm almost tempted to say that fell by the wayside.
You're talking about open source now, right?
I'm talking about open source operating systems.
Because there are obviously other operating systems.
Other operating systems are available, yes, but I'm talking about specifically FLOSS OSs.
Okay.
The likes of BSD, the BSDs of the world. But GNU is the userland. You're talking about GNU Hurt. Yes, exactly. Best. Next example, GNU Hurt is dead. Some people say it's stillborn because it never saw the light of the day. But why has Linux been so successful in comparison to these other things? Timing, yes. Early 90s, fair enough. Any thoughts? Radical different... I mean, okay, my 2 cents. Radical different approach. Like monolithic with the possibility...
But that's not a good thing.
Is it?
So that makes no sense.
Well, I mean, it does, because it's less overhead.
No. You know about monoliths and microservices, surely.
But I mean, if you take a look... I mean, you probably remember, because you're old enough... Windows NT 3.5101, exactly.
What about it?
The video driver was implemented in userland.
Right.
Hence, if you change the window, you probably, depending on the architecture, you had to wait at least 10 or 15 seconds until Microsoft decided to move the video driver back into the kernel where it actually belongs. So decomposition, yes, is advantageous, but not necessarily on a fine-grained level in an operating system.
Well, but then, I mean, with the video driver example, okay, so why was it so much slower in the user land than in the kernel in the first place, right?
Quite straightforward. Context switches.
Yeah. Well, surely no, but that doesn't fly.
It does.
It doesn't.
I mean, what's a context switch?
Well, if the CPU is
Indeed. For the two people in the audience who do not know what a context switch is, Martin is
like it says on the tin.
Martin is currently choking, so let me do the explaining for him.
Yes.
Okay. Normally you have two modes of operations in an operating system, namely kernel or root mode, my wording, and a userland mode, as in user mode. Crossing this boundary does involve reloading many of the the memory control unit registers, does involve a whole switch of CPU registers and all the rest of it. And that, of course, takes CPU cycles and other cycles, and those cost time. And that's precisely what you saw with that NT architecture that decided to keep the video driver in userland. Because essentially each and every time the kernel had to invoke the video driver in the userland, that required one context switch. Then the video driver had to do something and had to deliver one piece of information back to the kernel. If you take a look at any given windowing system, there's an operation called bitblit, where the video driver basically moves portions of the screen around. So each and every move operation does require going back to the kernel, and the kernel then instructs some other subsystem to do the work. Needless to say, if you run a video driver in userland, you don't have access to the video chip. Again, another context switch back to the kernel, who can do that sort of thing.
Yeah, but this is how you build your kernel in the first place, then, isn't it? If you make that demarcation, then yes, that's how it's going to work. But you can also do it differently.
That's precisely the fact why Microsoft decided in the later version, I think it was NT4, to move the video driver back to the kernel. Yes.
Did that even? No, it wasn't even called NT4 anymore, was it?
As far as I know, it was. Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay.
The bottom line that I'm trying to make here is decomposition only goes so far because you want to move hardware-oriented drivers back to the kernel because this is where they belong.
Well, and other build the kernel, but yes. Okay.
And other subsystems like scheduling, memory management, and all the rest of it as well. And that was the radical idea, my wording, that Linus came up with in comparison to Minix.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not go into too much of an argument about this because there is obviously.
What are the success factors? What are the success factors? He posted this on Usenet. Fair enough. Other people picked this up. Quite a few, actually.
Okay.
And then there was this famous, what is now known as a pull request, back in, I think it was 94, 95, where some nutter, again my wording, decided to port this kernel to ARM.
Okay.
ARM, of course, being the predecessor, what is now known as the ARM chip design.
Yes.
As in, ARM standing for Archon RISC machines. As in the original BBC Micro, that a small British company basically developed.
Acorn, yes.
Acorn, exactly. And it was originally modeled, I think, on a 6809, which is a successor of something called a 6502, a very successful processor for the original Commodore machines. The VIC-60...
Wasn't there a 6808 as well?
No, there wasn't.
Are you sure?
The VIC-64 features something called a 6510.
VIC-20, Commodore 64. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Was it? No, I think the VIC-20 ran.
There was only a VIC-20 and then there was a Commodore 64.
I thought it was called VIC-64 in the UK as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, as far as I can recall, it featured a 6510, which is an 8-bit micro processor.
8-bit, yes, correct, yes.
Featuring a small instruction set and doing a lot of the typical CISC functionality as a complex instruction set. You're talking about mainframes now and Z80s of the world. It's getting a little bit technical, but bear with us.
Yeah. Well, once you start
in software, so
system risk.
Exactly. And the idea of the RISC processor was to actually have a very reduced instruction set, hence the name, and doing the rest actually in software. And the Archon,
yes,
exactly, and the Archon people took this to an extreme with the original chip design. Whereas very small die size, as in it's very small silicon, and leaving the rest up to compilers and software. They didn't invent the concept because the concept actually goes back to an IBM project called ROMP 801, done back in the 60s. Details were in the show notes, and we featured that on a previous episode, where actually the idea was thought up by an IBM engineer to take a look at how many instructions typical compilers would emit on a mainframe level, and if you could actually reduce the die size and make things cheaper for IBM, that is, internally. So he ran that initial analysis, and you're talking about 1974, maybe 1976, where he actually took a few of the then popular mainframe software packages and did a CPU instruction analysis. And he came up with the result that a typical COBOL or Fortran program at the time only used about 30 to 40%. My guesstimate, details will be hopefully in the show notes, quoting the original research paper.
A small percentage.
Small percentage, exactly.
Yeah.
So the idea was basically to come up with a new instruction set architecture that would only focus on these heavily used instructions. Hence the idea of bringing down chip size with less energy consumption. And that's exactly what the ARM people picked up as an acorn back in the 80s when BBC commissioned said company to come up with a home computer for the masses in the UK. I know that's a little bit of contradiction because not that many people lived in the UK who would use that sort of home computer, but that's beside the point.
Well, because there was competition, right?
The idea, of course, remained. So they took this concept and turned it into quite a viable business, because if you take a look at the current smartphone CPUs, never mind the Apple Silicon machines that are out there, they are all ARM-based. And the idea, of course, is, hence Android and friends, to have this operating system called Linux running on ARM devices since, I think, 94. That's a long time ago. You're talking exactly. You're talking 30 years plus.
Anyway,
and then a couple of nutters came up with the idea, and you're talking about Stuttgart, Germany now. That was in 98, maybe 99, to take a look at something called Old Iron and take a look at the code base that was mostly written in C and a little bit of assembler. And yes, we are talking about Linux because at the time the kernel had a tiny portion of machine-dependent code in assembler, and the rest was plain old C. As you would write an operating system or structure an operating system from an architecture perspective. So they thought that they gave it a shot. It was a so-called skunk project at IBM, as in a project that management didn't know about.
Something smelly.
It's almost. So a project that management didn't know about, because the people did it in their spare time at the time. So they took the code base, they rewrote the assembler parts, and they had this up and running a couple of months on a mainframe running Linux. And the rest is pretty much history. So the second answer to that question would be flexibility when it comes down to hardware architectures. Because I reckon Linux is the operating system with the most comprehensive hardware support on the planet. And I'm not just talking about general CPU architectures, I'm talking about blobs, especially firmware, hopefully open source, and other surrounding SoC components as a system on a chip. And of course, you're talking about a fan base that adopted said operating system very quickly. So, for example, Slackware is probably the earliest Linux distribution. That came out in 94, 95. As an alternative to Microsoft and Friends. I can recall it well because I used Slackware at the time. And kids, yes, we had an episode on Slackware, yes, all those years ago. And then you're talking about 94, if memory serves correct. The idea was basically you get a CD, you install that on your PC, or you get a load
CD.
Yes, you get a truckload of floppy disks.
Yes, that sounds a bit more like it.
And you install that on your PC, and then it was down to you to configure, for example, the Windows system, like X. Here, so you had to mess around with frequencies and other fun configuration aspects. In contrast to today, where you simply flash a USB drive, boot from this, and the kernel basically takes a look at the hardware and does all of the configuration itself. So Linux has come a long way, but I reckon that flexibility, that hardware independence, and the pickup fan base that simply adopted that code base were probably the contributing factors to its overall success. Because you are looking at an operating system that runs on sub-embedded systems right up to mainframes. Give or take a few.
Yes. Enough for the next 6 years. Anyway.
But enough ranting about operating system architectures.
Well, how did we...
We were discussing successful FLOSS projects. Yes.
You were?
We were.
Okay. Why?
All those 4 hours ago, exactly.
We were talking about 6 years, anyway.
Martin's blanking?
I don't know how we got onto this subject. Because we were going to talk about the 6 years plan and world domination.
Exactly.
That's what it was. Yes, there we go.
So
Right.
it's probably fair to say that Linux has gotten to a stage that we still are ambitious to achieve, namely world domination.
Yes, but we didn't write an operating system, so
Correct.
maybe we should do that. Yes.
We just are doing a podcast.
No, you wrote a kernel, didn't you? Microkernel.
I contributed to that microkernel all those years ago.
Okay.
Yes,
but that wasn't such a success in comparison.
well, it wasn't never meant to be because
It wasn't meant to be?
it was a research project.
Yes, but okay.
Linus himself just did a hobby project. There's a difference.
True.
He didn't have any
But then there's
academic ambitions to start with.
well, does he now?
No. Exactly.
But then world domination can also be achieved outside of operating systems, of course.
Just take a look at the podcast called Linux In-Laws.
Indeed. Yes. Talking about the podcast.
What's next? No.
What's next?
Before we touch on what's next, basically,
how
we
has
should
it evolved? Yes.
we should probably exactly explain how it evolved. Well, it's quite straightforward, actually. While I tried to grow the team and podcast,
Did you?
Yeah, Martin keeps throwing people.
Nah, I didn't.
So it's now 2026. We have gone through about 20 marketing department iterations. It's fair to say.
I hope they were cheap. Yeah.
We both failed to secure additional venture capital. It's probably fair to say.
Not that we looked for any, but slight detail. I think we settled on a format.
So how did we get here?
How did we get where?
Here, to now.
We got in a car and we drove. Well, anyway.
Now, how did we get to about 10 million listeners?
Well,
maybe slightly less.
Maybe less. Maybe more. Who knows? Nobody knows. How did we get here? Well, by...
So we didn't have any marketing. We still don't have any marketing.
No, as you see, we don't need it. It's clear. Yes, we don't need... No, we stick to a format. We stick to a frequency. People like the content. Or
if you don't write email to feedback,
exactly. This is what feedback's all about. Anyway.
Because until now we've only gotten positive feedback so far.
Apart from the website. The website gets lots of negative feedback. Well, not negative feedback, but...
I wouldn't call that feedback.
Pay us some money and we'll improve it for you.
That's called spam, Martin. It's not feedback. There is a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we see because we have quite a sophisticated spam filtering infrastructure powered by Spam Assassin and some other stuff.
nothing
that I can't really go into.
Don't bother sending any emails. It won't go through.
Spam risk exactly don't bother because chances are it won't even go past the first wall of defense erected by spam filtering software.
Yes. Anyway, so how do we get there? That's how we got there. Same format, same frequency.
It's probably fair to say that chemistry plays an important part of it. Never mind humor.
Yes. Well, I mean, this is why. I mean, that doesn't necessarily isn't exclusive to podcast, right? It goes for any, let's say, entertainment. Well, okay. So one is
Plan B. We do a live show. Plan B. We do a live show.
What's a live show?
We rent a venue. Charge for tickets?
Oh, and then people need to come.
Yes,
right.
We could do this.
But then in-person things are always... People don't like to travel. People like to listen to podcasts because they have the time to do it.
It depends on where you do it. I mean, for example, Freakonomics does 2 live appearances in every given year.
Who?
Freakonomics.
Never heard of it.
Stephen Dubner. It was in the podcast episode we listened to. As in the episode about podcasts we listen to? Yes.
Well, you in particular. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Stephen, if you're listening, Martin has yet to be convinced to listen to your show.
Yes.
I'm doing this on a regular basis. And Stephen Dubner basically makes 2 appearances in a given year, as far as I know.
Okay.
He surfaces New York as well as, I think, San Francisco. These are paid for events. You have to buy tickets. Of course, Freakonomics not being a floss podcast. I'm just making one example.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Of course, what we could do, basically, we could, depending on the venue, I mean, you can get cheaper venues but people still would have to come to show.
Well, it would be pretty pointless without people, yes.
Yes.
Live events, I see. Yes, okay.
And then we could charge in to cover the costs, and then people could see us live. I mean,
but with podcasts, we don't want to be seen live.
Well, I mean, we tried
for a reason.
we tried that as Foxdem in 2023.
We did, yes, we already did this.
And only about 10% of the people ran away screaming. So I reckon that's an advantage.
Yes, good point, indeed.
So if you want to pay money to see us live, please send mails to feedback@linuxinlaws.eu.
Yes, regardless of that, always send
if it's more than 1,000 people sending emails in, we might consider renting a venue. Other than that, you just have to listen to the 2 of us ranting.
Okay. Yeah. So chemistry, right? What is that?
Chemistry is it's a science about how things work. In terms of you take a couple of substances, you pour them together.
And you get
out
explosion.
May come
Yes,
explosion. Time may stop depending on the chemicals. Time may expand.
I like that one. You have to give me the recipe. Yeah. Yes.
Or maybe depending on the ingredients, things turn out that you can eat even more than once.
Yeah. Okay. What? More than once.
Some things you can only eat once because otherwise you will die. Other stuff you can eat more than once because you will continue to live. Do you see my point?
No. Once you've eaten it, so you can't eat it.
You will die eventually, yes, but I mean, if you eat a poisonous plant, you will die. After a certain amount of time, depending on the plant.
Yeah, and the poison, yes.
In the poison, exactly. But other things you can eat more than once.
You mean the same substance, not the actual thing. Yes, okay.
Going back to chemistry, exactly.
Yes.
This is basically why people listen to us, to some extent, because the chemistry is okay. No, we're not poisonous. Not as far as I know, anyway.
Okay.
No, I mean, why do people watch TV, especially humorous TV, or listen to podcasts that makes them laugh?
This is a very good point. There isn't that much humorous TV anymore these days. It's really bad.
That's Martin's opinion.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's really bad. I mean, most of the TV is mainly aimed at action and violence and all that kind of stuff.
And that's not funny? Probably not.
It isn't.
But why do people still go to, say, stand-up comedy shows? Any thoughts?
Don't like to be insulted? I don't know.
Yeah, that's one reason why. But you see, Martin, people like to laugh.
They do. There's a
chemical explanation for this, of course.
Indeed.
which we won't go into because otherwise this podcast would be 4 hours long, and we want to keep this to 2 hours, I suppose.
Oh, I thought it was 6 years. Okay.
No, the episode length. Sorry.
Well, we could do a 6-year episode. Yeah.
I mean, long short of it, from a kind of biological angle, if you hear something funny, there's a chemical reaction in your brain that makes you feel warm, good, and fuzzy. Pretty much like taking a drug, but only slightly less dangerous.
Yes.
But it's still the key point being here is it still makes you feel good. That's the reason basically why people still make an attempt to watch funny TV shows.
And there's also like people who exercise and stuff like that, because the side effect is that also that
indeed
chemicals are released which makes them feel good afterwards. Yeah.
But but I mean, just take a look at any workplace. I mean,
what is that?
Workplace is the place you work. Normally, people go to an office if they don't work from home. I mean, if you, I mean, I'm generalizing, of course, a lot. But if you take a look at any of your popular colleagues, chances are that he or she might be funny. The way he or she reacts, the way or she relays information, and the rest of it. Because again, that makes you feel good, apart from drinking coffee and reading mails, as you would. See, Martin is smiling already because that's precisely my point.
No, I'm just smiling about your work day.
Welcome to corporate nowadays. I mean, take a look at, for example, an NPR show called Car Talk.
You what? Who?
Take a look at an NPR show called
HPR.
No, National Public Radio.
National Public Radio, not Hack Public Radio.
No, okay. No, National Public Radio, if that rings a bell.
Right.
They featured a show called Car Talk.
Yes.
Where people could call in. It's these two elder gentlemen up in Boston, I think, or New York.
Yeah.
I think it was Boston.
I mean,
but you see, yes, people occasionally did phone in with car problems, as in the brakes go loose, the wheels are off, and all the rest of it.
Anyway.
But you could also phone in about upcoming divorce. Or if if a marriage is right for you, and they would still give you advice, never mind car related or not. And the show is, and I'm not again. I mean, the numbers are out there. The show was hugely successful because they took a very humorous slant or angle at the people calling in.
Like your old agony aunt type scenario. Yes, okay.
There you go. And I reckon this is one of the factors why these 4 people still listen to us. Maybe 5.
Yeah. So yes, people, if you want to call in with your problems, we can.
Unfortunately, there's no phone number yet, but you can send us mails.
Yes, of course. Yes, we could do that as a yes. Send your.
So if you have any problems, as in how to get rid of your spouse, how to get a new spouse.
Well, it could also be just open source or technical related. It doesn't
that's
have
an
to,
option
have
too,
to have anything to do with relationship advice.
Or if you ever wondered what a spouse is, so feel free to send mails to feedback at Linux.
Talking of which, how are we looking on the Mrs. Zimmerman front?
I mean, you tied the knot way earlier than I did.
I'm not married to Mrs. Zimmerman.
I'm not. No. I'm not married. But Martin is married. I'm not revealing the secret here because that's a well-known fact. So, coming back to the original topic, yes. What are other contributing factors to the success of this podcast?
Well, I think
we have guests, and there are shows without guests, but we still laugh a lot.
Yeah, the guest ones are. I mean, we treat our guests very respectfully and don't make fun of them. Which,
most of the time,
unless we know them really well, like the Grumpies and stuff. But even then, we are a little bit reserved, right? Which makes sense because, I mean, to be fair, the guests are there to, talk about what they do, what good they do, and what projects they build, and all that kind of stuff. It's important to give them some time to explain these things properly without making fun of them, I think.
I mean, we are not shock jocks, are we? No.
You know what?
We're not shock jocks. I mean, do you know a show called The Rob Stern Show?
No, I don't think I want to either.
I mean, if you have a chance, you want to listen to this because it's. I mean,
but I am familiar with
You know what a shock jock is?
I can imagine what it is.
I mean, Rob Stern had lesbians on the show, and controversial subjects, let's put it this way. And the audience has been, I think he's still around, but I'm not too sure if the show still continues to go on. The saying was, or the law was actually, that Rob Stern's audience is divided into parts. One part continues to listen because he or she or they like rather what's going on, but the other part continues to listen as well because they want to know what's next.
Well, that's a common tactic with many TV series and stuff like that, right? It's like they finish on a...
I'm not talking about finishing. I'm just talking about the next sentence.
The next sentence?
Of content uttered by Mr. Stern, yes. Because he was so controversial.
Okay.
Like he brought on lesbians trying to get them to fight, that sort of thing.
I think you mentioned, but I mean, yes, there are people that do these kind of shows, and there are people that watch them for whatever reason.
Entertainment mostly, I suppose?
Yeah, but it's kind of... Okay. I suppose it depends on your sense of humour or something or whatever, I guess.
As it does.
If you enjoy these kind of things. Anyway.
Of course, we do treat our guests with respect, including the shock jocks. Yes.
We do. Yes, that was my point. Yeah, so the humour is usually reserved for our internal episodes, unless it's about licenses. But
no, I mean, we don't necessarily poke fun at our guests. That's right, but it's all very kind of playful and not drastic.
But I mean, the nice thing about the guests is also that they bring a lot of variety and history around open source projects and organizations and stuff like that. So,
plus the fact that, I mean,
insights.
In contrast to other podcasts who follow the same or similar format, I'm tempted to say.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh, should we sue them?
No,
we should. Well, we don't have a legal department. Yes,
no, we don't. Exactly.
Right.
I mean, we try to keep an open angle with regards to, yes, our content is technical to some extent, quite technical as a matter of fact.
Sometimes, we.
But at the same time, we had the Electronic Frontier Foundation on the podcast. We do feature the FSFE and FSF regularly. Also, Karen and Brad, if you're listening, the Software Freedom Conservancy has played a role, and we want to have you back at some stage. Of course, goes without saying. So, it's probably fair to say that beyond technical stuff, we also take a broader look at society and the impact of FLOSS on society as such.
Yeah. I mean, we've had the mini-series around FLOSS in many industries and
true.
What people are putting in place in terms of government side and all that kind of stuff as well. So.
We also take a look at the elder generation because we regularly feature the grumpies.
Yes, we are not age restricted indeed.
I mean, the grumpies, of course, standing for the grumpy old coders, namely David and Thomas.
Yeah,
as in the GOCs, as they're also known. And we didn't come up with the name; they named themselves the grumpy old coders. So, older being the keyword here.
Well, I don't know. Yes, I would say older is the main keyword.
I mean, David...
The grumpiness is very limited, I would say, yes.
Well, David is certainly younger than I am.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't look it.
We want to cut this out. David, Martin didn't say this. No, you're still welcome. Never. I mean, we're not discriminating against age. No. We do not.
Anyway, yes. No, we love the grumpies. Yeah. Apart from their lack of episodes.
I mean, it's their call with regards to release cadence, right? So,
well, but there isn't a cadence because
there is.
Well, it's random.
It's the cadence.
I don't think that goes with the definition of a cadence, you know.
Anyway, it's not about quantity; it's also about quality, right?
Quality and quality, yes.
No, Grumpies, we still love you, so we do love Vladesa, for example.
Yes, we do. And
Vladesa, of course, has been a regular feature on the show, and we love to have her back.
Yes,
we do have her back. We do, yes.
At many stages.
We normally try to bring her on once a year, yes.
Especially around Halloween.
Yes.
For no particular reason.
We like her.
And
It's
her
probably fair to say.
And her teeth as well, yes. She has perfect teeth.
As you would. Okay, so Martin, what's apart from the history, what's next?
What's next?
For the not for the Grumpies, but rather for us as in the in-laws.
What's next for the in-laws? So I'm still waiting for the time when
Marketing will be back.
No. I'm waiting for the time that you won't hire marketing again, but can always hope.
That's a constant condition, no? I mean, we don't have marketing because if somebody makes an attempt at hiring marketing, marketing will be gone within a split second once Martin finds out.
Right, so... No. So I'm waiting for the time that my server finally dies because it's running Big Blue Button and Element and all that kind of things, and it's now already over 6 years old, and it wasn't new when I got it. So it's quite,
so what's going to happen then?
It's quite remarkable how resilient this piece of hardware is.
It's an old HP, right?
Where most, I mean, as you are aware, working in this industry, most people replace their servers every 3-4 years. Something like that.
But most of these people would be commercial entities. We are
yes,
not.
But we have proven that they don't need to. Just like free advice. There you go. If you're listening, people, just run your servers forever until they die. Which they don't.
Remind me, it's an old HP rack.
It's an HP which is an HP rack server which isn't in a rack. It's just in a dusty environment, and it just works. It's great.
It's got an Intel on it.
It has an Intel, yes. I think HP only did Intel. So
okay.
It's a G6 or a G7. I don't know. Anyway, it's many years.
Specs may want to be in the show notes.
But I mean, these are Xeon processors, right? So you can imagine.
But that's industrial grade Intel.
Yes.
Okay.
But still, it was.
So what do you run on it, Debian?
Yeah, Ubuntu. Yeah.
Ubuntu, okay.
But yes, I mean, I'm just surprised by when we were talking about the 6 years.
That's been there from day one, right?
It's been there from day one, and it was already second hand. It cost like 50p or something to buy. So
okay.
Not 50p, but a small amount compared to what it would be new, indeed. I'm just surprised about the. But then, what's interesting is that these machines are actually built for resilience in the first place, like having 2 power supplies and having 500 fans and stuff.
You're talking about the server, yeah. Industrial grade server, I might add.
But everything is hot plug as well, so if something dies, put in a new one. Or
exactly.
A new second hand. Which I have never had to do anyway, so it's, I'm sure the day will come that it
kicks in.
I don't know, will it though? HP, good job, yeah. Other makes are
the email, Hewlett Packard, if you're listening, the email address is sponsored at linuxinlaws.eu.
Yeah, or Dell or anybody else who wants to sponsor us for a new one.
Can't be second-hand, as we just found out.
Preferably a quiet one.
Yes. But I mean, it's probably fair to say that all of our stack, all of our software stack is actually open source, including the workflow, I might add. Yes, Martin.
There is an open source component on your laptop.
We're going to cut this out. That's something for the outtakes. No, I'm talking about the software now.
Oh, the software.
Yes.
Surely OS X is proprietary, no?
The software that comes later.
Okay. The user-land software.
Okay, I think we explained it before when we did the episode on how we do podcasts. We record the thing, post-production is light, and then the workflow takes care of the rest. It takes care of updating.
Written in Rust?
No. Written in many languages.
No, shell script.
You name a language, chances are it might be in there.
Okay. Hang on, wait. Why is it not written in Rust?
Because the Rust wasn't around at the time. Well,
yes,
it was. The people who wrote this workflow didn't have the experience then, so they stuck to technologies that they did know. Okay.
No, that's vaguely sensible.
No, I mean,
however, it would have been a good learning experience for them, which they didn't take. Did they?
The point is that the workflow works as it's supposed to.
kind of the minimal requirement.
Indeed.
Good. Anyway, workflow, yes.
So it's all automated, and I mean, it does the RSS update, it does the website update, it does many updates, and it also does some things I cannot probably talk about in public.
Does it do the show notes as well?
It does.
It does?
It does.
It listens to the episode and makes the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, good.
So Apple.
Does it get them right?
If you're listening, there's room. I mean, no. Apple does a pretty good job of with the transcript because.
Should we talk about Apple and open source?
We can if you want to, but we don't have to anyway.
We don't have to. Okay, now we'll talk about 6 years. Yes.
Okay, so coming back to the original topics, what's ahead with the next 6 years apart from world domination? Bringing on people that we love and cherish, like Fledessa, the GUCs, and all the rest of them.
Well, as we already have been doing, at some point we bring people back, right, which is great.
From the dead, or preferably if they're still alive, exactly.
I'm sure they would appreciate being brought from the dead, but I don't think any of our guests are currently deceased.
Not as far as I don't know.
If you are deceased previous guests, let us know. We will bring you back. We'll engage for this to sort you out.
Of course, there was written consent. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Is that in the pre notes that you wrote?
The show note. Sorry, the prep guide. Yes.
Prep guide. Yes.
No, I should probably amend that.
Yes. Yes. Should you not wish
just
to be
in
revived
case,
from
exactly.
the dead?
Yes. Please say so prior.
Okay. What were we talking about?
6 years ahead.
Oh, 6 years ahead. Only 6.
Yes. Well, we've covered 6 years so far, so what's ahead for the next 6 years? Because we will hit secondary school then, as in 12.
Yes.
We are in the middle of puberty with the show.
Well, we
being
will be
12
then.
years old.
We will be then, yes.
Yes, exactly, that's what I meant.
Yes.
We will enter puberty during that 6 years.
Well, we will...
it's probably fair to say that we will continue forward.
Learn some basic language skills, but...
You should have them by 6, no?
Don't know. It depends.
I reckon we're doing pretty good so far.
It's not bad. Yeah. So 6 years. Well, we talked about this. Unlikely the format's going to change. Unlikely the frequency is going to change.
Probably not.
We may do a few more sort of off-topic-y type things. We'll keep the STS and all that kind of stuff. And... yeah. The other thing was...
the call for action.
Haven't we already done that?
No.
Another one?
No, the call for action would be people, if you have any ideas about the content of the show, please write in.
Yeah, but okay, yes. So, I mean, we discussed this quite frequently. We have guests, we have internal episodes. Some people think it's too technical, some people don't think it's technical enough. Then we have panels, we have the STS. So those are probably the 4 categories.
And if I take a look at Martin's facial expression, it won't matter if you write in or not, because Martin won't change this. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, we do appreciate feedback, hence the email address.
We do.
But we're talking about fine-tuning the show in terms of optimizing the content, because, for example, if we take a look, if we take a look at the history of the show, it's mostly technical. We had Pipewire, we had the core dev of Pipewire on the show about a month before Fedora decided to pick this up as the standard audio system, rather kind of than Pulse Audio, or in comparison to Pulse Audio, which they had been using before. But most of our content, or a fair share of our content, would be technical, with the odd exception like the FSFE, the SFC, and all the rest of them throwing in. But I mean, if you have any other opinion with regards to non-technical content and people outside the technical realm we should be talking to, now's the time.
Well, but then we have...
Or if you want to have more off-topic episodes.
But then we have people outside of the technical room in terms of the FSFE and the software freedom foundation and all the kind of things, right? So still open source related. So yeah.
Or if we should do more off-topic episodes.
Yes.
Like going into Martin's private affairs or hobbies, The stuff we can't really talk about openly on the show.
Good. Yeah.
Up to now.
Oh, Chris's one's for that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Or any other topic. I mean, we've done only very few off-topic episodes so far.
Yeah. Yes.
The podcast one probably being the best example, because that wasn't necessarily Floss-related.
Sure, we've done another one now.
Which one? I don't remember.
The recent one we did. The podcast we listened to one.
Yes, that was the most recent off-topic
sorry,
episode.
that's the one you're referring to. Yeah, well, we also did one on how we run the podcast right at the beginning.
That was, I wouldn't call it off-topic, because it still is Floss-related.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
We did one actually on marriage counselling.
Yes, we
But
did.
that was also Floss-related to some extent.
It was. Well, most of them are, right? Not most of them. I think all of them are. Good point. Yeah, so we also had one with... Did we have one with one of our guests?
Like what?
Did we not have one of our guests, or he didn't want to join, or something?
Can't recall.
I'm sure we had one of our guests. No?
No.
Yeah, we did. Anyway, guests, if you're listening, if you ever want to be on the show, you're welcome to join.
I mean, if somebody thinks somebody else should be in the show, or if he or she or they want to nominate themselves, the email us feedback a little to you.
Yeah, see, we had she on the show, see?
She being?
She.
Yes.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes. I know you're getting old, but well.
Everybody is smart.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I don't know. Personally, I think I'm getting younger every day. But maybe that's related to the current...
This is called wishful thinking. Every human does that to some extent.
Do they?
Some do it more, some do it less. Yes. And with that, I reckon it's probably time to come to boxes.
Ooh, more boxes.
What do you mean, more boxes? Boxes. We do boxes at the end of the show. It's part of the outtakes, yes.
Yes. Well, so we do quite a lot of boxes.
On every
episode.
show, yes. On every episode.
On every
yes.
Yes, indeed.
So, Martin, what's your box?
My box?
Yes.
Ooh, good question. Why don't you go first? I'll have a think about it.
My box is actually something called Krantenbollen. A typical Dutch concept, I'm tempted to add. It's a raisin bread that you can also eat with cheese, sausage, and some other components. It's quite nice.
Quite nice.
It's predominantly available in the Netherlands, I'm tempted to add. But other countries do it too. Although not necessarily with cheese or sausage, because in Germany we have a similar concept. They taste differently, but you wouldn't eat them with cheese.
No, what would you eat them with?
Nothing.
With nothing?
Butter, maybe, yes.
Oh. Like a tea cake or something.
Something for the breakfast, or for breakfast, or whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with this. In Wales, they have something called Welsh cakes, which are
Welsh.
flat kind of things with raisins in them instead.
Okay. So the concept is universal.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, raisins are a nice, sweet, usable.
Would you reuse raisins?
Well, it's a reusable grape, I guess, isn't it? If you have too many grapes, you turn them into raisins, so you can eat in the
That's
winter.
a surplus grape.
Surplus. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yes. Yes. So anyway, yeah. So that's just why, and then you put them in cakes and in other things, and in Christmas pudding.
True.
Yes. So yeah, on the food-related subject.
So what's your box?
I may go with Christmas pudding, given the
very traditional choice.
Time of year. Well, Christmas pudding is great because it has many different ingredients, and you can set fire to it.
If you choose to do so.
Once you poured it in brandy and stuff, it's brilliant. Yeah.
Kids do not try this at home unless trained professionally. I'm just saying.
It's one of the... Yeah.
Or do it under adult supervision, just in case.
On that subject, do you know why toast tastes so good?
It's because it's slightly burnt?
It's not slightly burnt, it's caramelized.
That's what I meant.
Okay, good. There you go. Yes. I mean, to be fair, you've learned quite a few things in the last day.
Did I? But you see, that's the beauty of it. Normally, I go to bed wiser than I got up.
You do?
In the first place, yes, on every single day.
Well, that depends on how old you get. I think that probably at some stage that goes in reverse, doesn't it?
You never know.
You never know, indeed.
That's the beauty about it, right? So, so Christmas cake it is.
Actually, no, I have another pox.
Any particular recipe before we move on to the other pox?
Well, you have to make it like a year in advance at least.
Before you eat it?
Yeah.
How would you conserve it? With lots of booze, I suppose?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So how much liters of rum would you pour into your ordinary Christmas cake? Just 5?
No. Well, no, you'd have to have a pretty big bowl, wouldn't you, really? Depends if you have a family of 500. Yes. Yeah, you need to... So
what's your favorite recipe then for Christmas cake? You take 2 kilos of flour. You take about 5 kilos of fruit, I suppose.
Dried fruits, yes.
Dried fruit, yes.
Yeah, suet.
And then it's about 5 liters of rum. We just determined that. Sugar, yes.
Yeah.
What else? That's pretty much it. And some spices, I suppose.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Like what?
Cinnamon.
Cloves?
Cinnamon cloves, yeah.
Aniseed?
Yeah. No, not so much. No, that's quite unusual.
Pepper?
It's a bit, yes.
Black ground pepper? Normally that goes into Christmas cake, no?
A little bit. Not too much.
Okay.
And it's not meant to be spicy.
And don't forget the crate of beer for the person who cooks that, yes.
No.
As in the cook.
No.
You don't drink beer while doing it, okay.
No.
But so what do you drink? Whiskey?
Wine.
Red beer? Red wine.
Cooks always drink wine. Well,
do they know?
It depends how busy they are, yes. A cook in a commercial situation will drink beer because he has to stay hydrated.
I see.
Working in a hot kitchen, but if you're cooking in your own kitchen, then wine is the preferred beverage.
Very good. Now on to your other pox.
My other pox, yes. My other pox is the Chromebook.
The Chromebook, like the device?
Yes.
Why is that pox?
Well, because it's great.
Is it?
Yes.
Alphabet, the email address is sponsor@linuxinlaws.eu.
No, but I mean, okay, so your MacBook Pro 13-inch cost how much?
That's actually a MacBook Air.
Is it?
It is, yes.
Okay, anyway, it cost how much?
Can't remember.
Many thousands of euros.
About 10,000 or whatever?
Yes.
I don't. It doesn't matter.
And how much does it weigh?
About 1.1.
Exactly. Well, take a Chromebook, it costs like 200 euros and it weighs 100 grams. It's brilliant.
And you run Chrome OS on it,
yes.
Chrome OS on it, which is, of course, proprietary Linux-based operating system with lots of Alphabet or Google stuff on top of it.
Yes,
not
but
stuff
the
crap.
The bonus point is that you can obviously run you can run on it whatever you want to if you don't want to run Chrome OS, but
anyway. You can run Arch on it. Details within the show notes. Yes.
Anyway.
Only in German though.
But the point being is that with today's kind of dark in here, isn't it? With today's web browser-based applications, you don't have to install stuff on your.
Martin is quite adverse to installing applications on his device.
Well,
despite the fact that he's 50 plus,
stuff takes time, and then you have to keep it updated, and you need space, and it's just a pain, really. So,
but and age comes with pain, Martin. I'm just saying.
Well,
the older you get, with the more pain you will have to endure.
No. This is why they invented beer.
Unless you're on the right track, exactly.
It's not just a nutritional thing about beer.
Very good. Anything else we should talk about before we close this off?
Probably not. No.
In that case, people, thank you for listening. And see you soon.
Yes.
This is the Linux In-Laws.
You come for the knowledge,
but stay for the madness.
Thank you for listening.
We hope you like this feature presentation. If so, please spread the word. If not, please let us know. Feedback at linuxinlaws.eu.